Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testicles, 1, 2, 3. Testicles, 1, 2, 3. Hi, you guys. Today I will be talking about Wicked. I will not be doing a recap. I'm literally just gonna talk about stuff that because there's really much to talk about. Um, Not that a lot didn't happen. And it's not like fantastical and shit. Like it is. It was a great movie. I just don't really have much to say about it personally. There is. I think it was a good movie. Um, It got nominated for not for two Oscars. It won two Oscars. It got nominated for other ones as well, but it won for costume design and for production design, and it fully did deserve that. Um, I think that that's something that does stand out in this movie. You can tell that they've really put a lot into the production and into costuming. I know a lot of things tend to use a lot of CGI for stuff, and they definitely did for this movie, obviously. But I feel like it still had real, like, actual buildings and shit, and like gadgets and things like that made, and I love that aspect. I love the costume design. I love the costuming so much. There's stuff that the dress that Glinda wears to that dance is so nice. I love that dress. I love Alphaba's wardrobe too. I think it really is fitting for her character. Um, I don't know why I'm specifically thinking of this one outfit, but I'm specifically thinking of this one outfit where she's wearing this like dress and this like gray cardigan, and I don't know. I just really like it. It's really toned down just like she is because she's not like super like out there or whatever. But I think the performances were great. I think it was greatly casted. Just keep in mind, I've never seen the musical. I've never read the book. I don't know anything about that stuff or how they're portrayed, how the characters are portrayed, or how the story is told. All I know is that the original Broadway musical is only one. It's only one. It's like 2 hours. I think 2.5 hours, and it's like the whole story. And they've split these movies up because the one that came out is the first part, and the second part is coming out later this year. That's the only thing I know. I don't know how these characters are portrayed. I haven't seen the original musical. I know Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth play the original ones. Kristen playing Glinda and Idina playing Alphaba. Um, but based off of what I saw of this movie, in my opinion, I thought it was great. It was well casted. I think everybody did a great job playing these characters. I think these people are very talented and clearly are great singers. Except for Michelle Yeoh, love her, but she can't sing. Even though she didn't sing that many parts, but I think when you have a musical and you have people have singing parts, you should cast people who can sing. It makes me think of like Mean Girls the musical, which I haven't fully seen either. I haven't fully seen that, but or neither the Broadway or the movie that came out. What was that in 2022 or something like that? Haven't seen it, but I think that Angry Rice can't sing because she played Katie and she clearly can't sing from the clips that I've seen from the videos I've seen talk about it. And Aaron Samuels doesn't sing at all. The dude that plays him can't sing at all. I'm guessing, and I'm pretty sure he does sing in the original Broadway musical. But anyways, back to Wicked. I thought it was a great movie. I love the story. I think the story is very topical for the social political climate we're in right now in the U.S. Um, I think it was a very well told story about someone who goes through a lot of vitriol through their life for something they can't help. For Alphabet to color her skin, and sees that happening with people that a group that they're not even a part of. With the animals being um, treated horribly and being villainized in this, and saw that and decided to stand up for it, but is villainized herself for standing up for others. You know what I mean? And seen as um like a kind of like the way that they treated her, like in the beginning of the movie when everybody was like, "No one wants the wicked," and they're singing and they have like these scary like images of her. It kind of reminded me of like racist like caricatures that they used to make back in like the fucking 1800s and stuff like that. um, and see her as this villain, even though all she did was try to fight for rights, and um, how she, how when you care about people that are marginalized, even when you're not doing it yourself, it hurts you as well. Like people want to hurt you as well and treat you as if you're a terrorist. That's how it feels. It feels like they're treating her like she's a terrorist. You know what I mean? Like when you think about like civil rights leaders and people who have fought for civil rights that were labeled as terrorists. That's what it feels like. That's what it kind of emulates. And when because there's one main animal in the movie, and it's this professor that she has that's a goat. I forgot what his name is, and I apologize for that. But he talks about the history of vitriol against the animals and how people started. I forgot what exactly it was, but people in Oz, I think it was people in Oz started like going through like famine and things like that, so they chose the animals to blame for it, and that always happens throughout history. How when people have things going on wrong in their life, when it comes to famine and poverty and things like that, they always the governments always choose some a marginalized group or groups to blame for that. So you can push your blame onto them instead of the fault of people that are supposed to help you, like your government, like what they're doing now with immigrants and trans people. And in the movie they did that to the animals. Um, and uh, yeah, that's like basically the whole thing. That's the whole thing, is that she was trying to help these animals and trying to fight for their rights, but then she was villainized in the process. And that's how she ended up being the way she was when we see her in The Wizard of Oz, how we saw her in The Wizard of Oz. Um, I think that Elpha was a great character. I like that she's like really confident. And allegedly she's not in the original Riot play. I watched a video that dude talked about problems that he had with this movie, and that's a problem that he mentions. Is that he has a problem with the fact that Elphaba started off being super confident. You know, um, I think that Fiyero seems cool because he's like the cool hot prince dude, and it's cool that he also cared and also tried to help Elphaba. Glinda's insufferable. I know that's the point. She's incredibly self-absorbed and annoying. Um, and she also was like in love with Fiyero and was like, "We're gonna get married," but he doesn't know it. And like clearly is that type to pretend to care about social issues, but don't actually care about them because they want to get with someone who does care. I think it's funny enough because that video that I mentioned about that dude talking, I forgot what video it was, but he was saying about how he thought Glinda was basically just Cat Valentine from Victorious, because Ariana Grande played Cat Valentine in Victorious, but I didn't get those vibes off of Glinda at all. Personally, I thought she didn't give me that vibe. I don't know where he sees that personally. But I think that they played their characters well. Ethan Slater definitely did. I mean, that's clearly how he is in real life. Um, I think that Elphaba's dad is a bitch. Um, and it's sad that Elphaba blamed herself for why her sister was a paraplegic. It's sad that she blamed herself because of her green skin, because her mom and dad didn't want her sister to be green so badly that they made her drink some sort of milk. I think it was called milk, some sort of milk flour that caused her sister to be a preemie and caused her to be a paraplegic. And it's said that she blames herself for that because that clearly isn't her fault. You know what I mean? I'm glad Glinda reassured her of that because that's not her fault. It's not her fault that she came out that way. And I think it was I don't know if it's because her mom cheated on her dad, because her mom cheated on her dad with the wizard. Um, and I don't know if that's why, or if it was because of that stuff her mom was drinking when she was cheating. I don't know, but if I had to guess, I guess it's because of the cheating. I don't know, but either way, it's not Elphaba's fault. Obviously, this isn't her fault. I think that um, any other major characters, I can't think of any other ones. The wizard's a bitch too. Um, uh, I think that, like I said, this is a great movie. There are a lot of great sequences. I really like the songs. I love Loathing. I love how that whole thing plays out. I love the choreography that they do. I didn't like The Wizard and Me. I don't know, maybe it was the way that it sings. I didn't really like that song. Maybe it's just the way that it was sung. Um, the scene where she like says the words in the book, because she's clearly the only one here that actually has power, that actually has some sort of power and magic or whatever. And so she reads from the book, and they clearly brought her here to do this. Um, she reads this some sort of spell from the book, and it causes one of the monkey guards to start growing wings, and it clearly is very painful, and it's so disturbing to me. It's very like, it's very visceral because it clearly hurts them, like it clearly was in pain. And I know they aren't real monkeys, they're completely CGI, but like it still was very disturbing to me. They because even after she did that and they realized that it worked and it caused all the monkeys to have wings, Madame Horrible was like, "Oh, this is perfect. They'll be the perfect spies." And you know what I mean? And it's just that ending sequence where she's like singing "Defying Gravity" is so good, so good. That last note that she does before it cuts to the end title is so good. I love that. It's such a good scene. Um, Anything else to talk about? Anything major? Um, Glinda is very true to life as a character and as a person. There are a lot of white women that are just like Glinda, that like to present this image of being a good person and being a good girl, but don't actually care about real social issues. And I see this a lot in like celebrities and like influencers and like just people in general on social media a lot. That when white women, like I said, white women that like pretend to be, for example, like white women that pretend to be liberals and things like that, but then will like get with like conservative men and things like that. It's like you clearly don't actually care then. Um, and and also the fact that she clearly always gets whatever she wants because she clearly is like a wealthier person. Um, and when Madame Horrible doesn't like give her any time of day because she doesn't have any power, she isn't special like Elphaba doesn't have any powers. She's like, "Oh, I didn't get my way. Something is very wrong." And then like her little two minions like carry her to her room or whatever, and it's so crazy. It's so funny to me because it feels like Ariana's probably like that in real life. But anyways, uh, um, the but people like I said, a lot of people are like that in real life. A lot of women, a lot of white women, don't like when they. You can tell when they haven't when they haven't been rejected and they haven't felt rejection and they don't know how to deal with that, because and just and just white people in general, when people of color are put above them, they feel like they're so shocked and surprised because they think that they're superior, even when it goes to someone who's very well deserving of that, just like how when you see a lot of people hate on women, black women, like people that hated on Kamala Harris or Meghan Markle, you know but that's pretty much it. I don't really have nothing else to say. That's just my little review of Wicked. Thank you for listening.